Alrighty, it is Wednesday, but I have to go back to Tuesday really quick. So I rested until 12 noon, and then I went back on to work on pages 5 and 6. I also unloaded the phone. I attempted to edit some audio files, but I got sidetracked showing Monica videos. We ended up getting a confirmation that Los Angeles is getting DALPA again in 2019. Although they haven't announced where in Los Angeles it's going to be in, where I kind of hope to do the Anaheim Convention Center again. If they don't, this might be a chance to use the Metrolink. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that if we do end up going, I want to make a special cosplay for Rio. For a long time we wanted to do the Sound Horizon version of Snow White, but like I don't know if we still should do that. I kind of feel like I want to try something else, like maybe Kiwame Namazawa or something like that, something a little bit more fun. I'm not sure. So yeah, we'll worry about that later. I don't even know what dolls we'll have next year. Alright, so I got tired early. I crashed around 1. I tried to get up at 2, but I woke up at 4. Tiffy called us and she wanted to know if we were going to the women's group. Monica doesn't want to go back. In the end, we both got up to work on we both got up to watch videos and work on the pages. She got tired and she quit around like 5:30, so she went back to bed, and then I resumed editing audio. I completed about like 3 files, I believe, and I worked on the pages. I finished the artwork at about 6 p.m. I wanted to stop at 8, but I was just way too sleepy at like I was way too sleepy to even make it to 7. I think I got sleepy at like 6:50. So I got only 1 page artwork completed. I think text 2. I'm not really sure. I think it was text 2. And then I got 3 audio files in. So I went straight to bed hoping to get up at 8. Instead, I woke up at 11:50. So I got up and I resumed putting text on page 6. I finished editing the last 3 audio files. I ended up drawing the drafts for pages 8, 7, and 8. I completed and loaded page 6 at about like 12:30, and then I completed the draft art at 1:20. I scanned and printed them out at like 1:30, finished editing the last audio file at exactly like 1:50, and then I loaded all the audio files to my memory card. I stopped to print out a couple of to-do list sheets that I'm going to cut up later. And then I finished the page 7 line art at 3:15, page 8 line art at 3:46, and then I assembled and then passed them out to Monica at about like, was it like 4:50 something? It was almost 5. And like right when I was heading off to bed, I ran into Monica. She was in the restroom. So we talked for a bit. We decided to go make some tea, and we ended up cutting an apple and eating breakfast a little bit early. I went downstairs to get the mail, and she came with me to go to the community room and dump off our old Christmas tree that we got last year, a little tinsel one that we got, a cheap one from Dollar Tree. They still sell those. We jumped back in bed about like 5:30, and then I kicked her out of bed at 6 again. Set my video to compress. Finally using my December graphics. I haven't even thought about next year's graphics yet. I'm kind of worried about that. I have a picture I haven't colored in yet, but it was meant to be a thing for this. Maybe I can work on it later at some point during the vacation. I don't know. So yeah. I reorganized my workspace, ate breakfast. We split up at 7:16. I went straight to work on the storyboard, but I only got as far as the first page because I got caught up in rereading scripts for both 46 and 44 and 45. And I wanted to change a few things. I feel like 4 hours was being a little repetitive. So like I went back on at 8 o'clock and I rewrote specific parts of chapter 45 and I printed it out again. So it's a little bit longer than it was before. I had to fix the font to make everything fit. So hopefully I can get this to fit too, because like I noticed even though it's a little bit longer now, it's still shorter than the previous chapter. So hopefully I can have my cake and eat it too and do all the things with it, but we'll have to find out. I had to change a lot of things that Philippe said to make it seem a little bit more streamlined, because it just seemed like he was being weirdly accusatory, and I had to change it to him just trying to get his way with him. So as I was writing in my journal, I ended up running out of lime green G2 ink, So I had to mess with all my pens. I ended up replacing all the cartridges that were running out of ink with the new ones. So now I need to buy new refills for the turquoise, the lime, the pink, and the purple. Everything else I have at least one refill of that. So like I'm kind of not worried, kind of worried about it. I wish I had remembered I could like replace the heads of these things, because like I had to throw away two .38 that broke. I could have just easily replaced the heads on. I didn't even think about it. It made me wonder if I should keep the green cartridge just in case if something happens to future green cartridges. I might have to like swap out the head, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to end up with like a barrel of all these a cup full of all these random empty things, and I don't know. So I fixed and I reprinted the scripts. I started coloring, but I stopped at about 9 because we talked about going to Vaughn's, but we also realized the weather was really bad at that time, so we decided to rest until lunchtime. So at lunchtime at 10 o'clock I went back on. I worked until like 12 after lunch. Monica went to Vaughn's by herself. She walked there. The weather was not as bad. In fact, it was a little bit sunny, but that didn't last. She got back right when I was getting off at 12. She ended up getting spinach and apples and stuff. She spent about $15, and we ended up resting. I crushed the bottles, and then suddenly we started having fire alarm, false alarms. One false alarm went off while we were messing with the trash, and I was messing with the recycling. She went to go throw away the trash, and then I went to go work on my journal, and shortly after she came back and I was about to record, it went off again. And then while I was recording right now, it just went off, but I edited it out, so yeah, I didn't notice. Okay, so this is the plan going forward. We're thinking about going back on the computer at about like 1:30. It's barely just turned 12. I need to finish pages 7 and 8 and load them. What else am I gonna do? I haven't gotten very far at all with the chapter 43 storyboard, so I'm thinking about either if I don't do that tonight, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm mad that I didn't make any ground with it, but I once I was reading it, I was starting to fuss with it, and like I don't know about it. Is there anything else? Tomorrow chapter, what is it, 14 comes out, and it's the first half of Fato's monologue about her history with We Are and the Others, and I think it has my birthday joke in it. I have to go proofread it to make sure that all the files are there and everything's fine. Other than that, I'm tired. What else is there? My birthday's coming up. I'm so excited. Is there anything else that's going on? No, I think that's virtually it. Alright, then that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Thursday, but I have to go back till Wednesday really quick. It is like raining really hard outside. Oh my god. The weather said it would be warmer for my birthday. I hope that's true. Okay, so where I left off, the fire alarms were going off randomly. While we were waiting for them to stop, we ended up, or at least Monica ended up shredding the pile of papers I had collected over the last like 2 or 3 months, and then I took the 2019 desk calendar and I started embellishing it a little bit, for marking all the dates that things were supposed to come up and whatnot. I went back on at 1:30. I worked until 3. All I had left to do was add the speed lines and then the text for the 2 pages, but obviously I was going to do that later. So yeah, I also remembered to load my video. I almost forgot to bring that up. I ended up feeling tired, but like not too tired to go to bed yet, so I ended up completing the chapter 45 storyboard. Oh, I'm so relieved. And I got it to completely fit. I did end up with 2 panel spaces left over, but I didn't feel like changing anything. I felt everything was just fine. I felt like that last panel needed to be 2 panels long. So yeah, I finished that by 4, and then I ended up going to bed. I woke up at exactly 9. I went straight to proofreading chapter 14. I finished pages 7 and 8 at about like 10:30. I loaded them, and then I finished the draft for page 9 at like 10:48, I think. and I got tired and crashed at 11. I woke up at 1:30. I got out of bed at 1:50. I went straight back to work on the pages, and I finished page 10 at exactly 4, and then I finished page 9 at 4:08. So I started getting tired at 4:30, so I went back to sleep. I woke up at 6, and the first thing I did was jump up to finish assembling pages 9 and 10. So we ate breakfast, we watched some YouTube, I got a head start on page 11 and 12 I was eating, and I got off before 7:30. I rested for a little bit, but I ended up picking up my other cell phone. I ended up brainstorming through chapter 46, so I kept repeating myself on what needed to be done in that chapter. So I ended up going back on at 8:30 to unload it off of the phone so I can listen through it, and then Monica passed me out pages 9 and 10. She was done with them already because she said they were really easy. And so I ended up unloading those off of her cartridge, and I worked on those while taking notes on chapter 46. We stopped to eat lunch. After that, we got a flood warning from both of our phones, so it's flooding right now. When I look out the window, not only was the rain getting really, really bad, but the entire, like, the front, what's it called? What is it called? Parkway? Yeah, the Parkway, which is the stretch of grass that's always on to the left or the right of pavement. It's called Parkway. All right, our entire Parkway way in front of our complex is completely like flooded. All the grass is submerged in water, and it looks really bad. It's just like, wow. I don't even live near any of the sewage rivers that are in the area. I mean, there is one, but it's like a while away from us though. Alrighty, so okay. Took a break at like 12:30. I got really tired, but I made some great ground. We messed around with our journal books and our planners. I was decorating my 2019 planner for my binder, since it's completely made of printouts this year, and like I'm really excited to use it. I made a bunch of post-it notes for all the work I want to do for this vacation. I have virtually nothing prepared. I have a few things in mind, but nothing prepared to get done during this vacation. So I'm thinking as soon as I complete the script for chapter 46, I don't know if I want to go as far as doing 47 and 48, because 47 and 48 were the ones that I wanted to do more than anything. And I'm a little concerned about doing them right away or not. So if I do them right away, most likely I'm gonna try to squeeze in on the same week, preparing for the transition between volume 3 and 4. And if I do manage to complete everything I set out to do during the 2 weeks that we're on vacation, I have the potential of actually knocking out all of volume 4. That's best case scenario. And I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to do it, because like I as far as I'm concerned, I failed to complete volume 3 at the point in which I had left to work on it. I had originally projected that I think it was like I would be working on volume 3 between November and November and December. Is that what I had planned, or was it October and November? I already erased it. Shoot. Yeah, I think it was October, November was supposed to be all the work I was supposed to do for volume 3. And like I ended up not being able to complete the last 3 chapters. I didn't have time to work on it. I got stuck working on the scripts. So if I knock out 28, 29, and 30, I want to do it the week before the vacation. And that's not going to be a week in which I'm going to be working on scripts as far as I know. Best case scenario, I'm not really sure. If it is, then well, that's gonna happen. But yeah. Most likely I will be doing I'm really certain I'll probably complete 46 this week, because like I feel like I have all the stuff already ready for it. I mean, I'm still sussing through the notes that I was taking. I only got like halfway through the recording. I didn't get to finish that. I'll probably do it over the evening while I'm doing pages 11 and 12. Technically mostly page 12, because like I completed most of page 11 so far during the day. So when I do that, I'm gonna be taking notes at the same time. That's going to slow me down a little bit. I have to keep stopping and typing out what I'm saying. And then I have to suss through it once, suss through it twice, and then make... What I mean by sussing through it once and twice, I mean like reorganizing everything that I wrote in the chronological order it's supposed to be said, and then I'm going to be turning all of everything that was said into like actual coherent dialogue, and then I'm going to print it out. So I'm hoping this all works out. I hope I don't end up like screwing myself over. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. So, what else is there? What else is there? Is there anything else that's on my mind besides that? Yeah, I want to have that thing done. I want to have that script done before Saturday. Friday and Saturday, I'm going to be working on printing out the drafts for chapter 45. So that's going to happen. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm turning 31. The only big thing we're going to be doing tomorrow is running to the bakery and just buying them out. And like I said, the weather said tomorrow was going to be warmer, but man, it looks so bad right now. I mean, well, the weather did say that today was going to be pretty bad, so I'm hoping it stops. Is there anything else that's going on? I think that's virtually it. We were supposed to go to the women's group yesterday, but Monica hasn't felt like it in a long time. I don't want to push her if she doesn't want to, hang out with those people. I know they make her feel uncomfortable sometimes. Is there anything else? No, I think that's virtually it. Alright then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Friday, but I have to go back to Thursday really quick. So, I ended up messing around with my junk book. I worked a bit on the chapter 47 summary a little because it was in there, and I kind of just wrote it twice, but there were still some points I didn't like transfer onto it because I kept focusing too much on small details that didn't initially matter. I went to bed about like 4:30. I got up at 8 p.m. I made the last of the green tea that we had. Went straight to finishing page 10, put the text on it, and uploaded it about like 9 p.m. I resumed work on the page 12 draft, and I completed and printed the red drafts for 11 and 12 at about like 10 p.m. So I got tired and went back to bed. And after that, for once, I feel like I had a genuinely like healthy night's sleep. I didn't wake up feeling wasted and tired. I actually didn't have trouble getting out of bed, but I didn't like initially get out of bed. I think I woke up at around 2 something, but I ended up getting out of bed at 3. I went straight to line arting. I finished page 12's line art at about like 4:21, and then I got sidetracked searching for refills for the pilot acroball. I'm still mad that they only come in 3 colors. The only other miscellaneous color I've been able to find is green. I don't need green. I need pink. It's so annoying. So yeah. At 5, I put the pizza out to thaw. I finished page 11 at 6. And I didn't need to kick Monica out of bed. She got up herself. She was trying to get up earlier, and I didn't know she wanted to get up earlier. So if I had known, I would have gotten her up at 5. But yeah, she got up late. So, we ended up looking at all of our miscellaneous pens that we got from different events that people passed pens to us, and like, the pen that came the closest to fitting my acroball was the Inkjoy, and it's a little bit longer, but as far as I know, there is no Inkjoy replacements either. I'm kind of wondering if I could try something from like ProMarks or Ink, which are the off-brand products for school supplies in 99-cent store and Dollar Tree. I don't know, maybe Basic might have something too. I'll look into those and see if anything that might fit, or I might have to modify them. So yeah, let's see. After we ate breakfast, we ended up going straight to Northgate. I found a penny in various bottles. When we got home, we put everything away, and then we left for the bakery. We hit Vaughn's and got some grape cider for my birthday, and then we had to get some more Pims. And then we reached the Japanese bakery only to find that they didn't have anything ready. And by that point, it was like between like 8 and 9-ish. And that was so disappointing. But on the way, as we were leaving, we found a big pile of pennies in the parking lot. So I picked all them up and brought them home. I found a dime on the way there, too. I completely forgot to mention that. So, I think in total we have like $1.30 worth of random ass change. As Monica was making lunch, I ended up assembling pages 11 and 12. I passed them off to her, and I resumed work on the chapter 46 notes. So I finished listening through everything that I said, and I think I have like a total of 4 different brainstorms of what happened, and basically I just need to circle all the ones that are unique, or make a master outline, and then try to work from there. So it's Friday. I wanted to have this done by Saturday, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, because I haven't worked on today's pages, and I haven't worked on the drafts, and the drafts are the most important thing. So worst case scenario, I'll be working on it on Monday, which I didn't want to be doing. I really wanted to be working on other things. What else is there? So I printed out the notes. I got off at about 11:40. I'm recording audio now, and we're planning on going back to the bakery at 12. I don't know if that's a good time. I'm expecting them to be extra busy. I kind of wanted to go between 1 and 2, but I kind of feel like we should, strike like lightning. Something came in the mail for me, and I have to fill it out. It's a yearly report thing, so I'm just I have to do this. Yeah, I'll do this paper when I get home. Other than that, is there anything else I want to say? No, I think it's virtually, I really cannot think of anything else to add to everything. I feel so eh. Despite the fact that I'm having troubles with the Acroball, trying to find replacements for it, I did find more styles of Acroball in the Japanese releases that I really like, and it just makes me feel like I can't even do anything with mine. I can't replace it, not really. But there's so many other beautiful ones, and it's frustrating. I mean, it almost makes me feel like I need to buy a big box of pinks and just shell all of them for their refills. But it also makes me feel like I don't want to end up doing that. I don't want to have a big pile of pink pens, and I feel like in the end I'm just gonna be left with this pink barrel I'm gonna have to replace with a black pen. It's so annoying. Or I'm gonna have to get it red pens. I figure I'm gonna end up getting it red pens. I'll worry about it later though. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Saturday, but I have to go back to Friday, my birthday again. Okay, so we went back to the bakery at about 12 noon. When we got there, they had practically everything. We bought about $21 worth of bread. We got home at about 1-ish. I worked on pages 11 and 12 until 3. And at that time, all I had left to do was just add the text, but I was way too tired. So after that, we went to bed. I think it must have been around 5. I remember getting up one more time to go to the restroom around 5, so I hadn't fell asleep yet. But around 5-ish is when I went to bed. I woke up at 1:30. I didn't get up until 1:50 though. And I put the text and loaded pages 11 and 12 compiled to chapter 44 at about 3. I went straight to work on the drafts, and I managed to print all of them out at about 5:30 something, but I just felt so iffy about the last not quite the last 4 pages, but the last 3 pages before the very last page. The very last page was fine. It's just that the 3 pages before it are mostly combat scenes, and I just felt so iffy about it. So it was 9, 10, 11. I'm really, really iffy about. Maybe it was just 10, 11. I want to reprint them out because I just don't feel very strong about the poses that I did for it and the angles I took the view of it. I think I might want to change it all. I usually try to draw out where I want people to be about using my mouse on the computer. I just didn't like the way it looked, so I feel I want to go back, but I'm not really sure if I'll have time today because I want to be working on the script today. So I worked until 5. I kicked Monica out of bed at 6. I resumed filling out that paperwork that I ended up getting yesterday, and I finished it. So I had to go back on the computer, print out one thing for it, and then I ended up mailing it out. So that's out of my way. We ate breakfast, and after breakfast we split up. She was looking at stuff on the internet during the time that I was on it, and I got off and I came over here and I finished writing out the general summary for chapter 46. I kind of feel about specific parts of it, because there's supposed to be a scene where Pasha notes the way that Philippe is treating him is very similar to how he was treated by Dominique, and just don't feel like I knew exactly the point in which I should bring it in. I feel like I should bring it in like immediately, because like there's no other way to stick it in. The dialogue moves to rhythmically. Everything works just fine. So like trying to fit that in a different spot would be weird. So it makes sense to put it very, very early in the beginning. Other than that, so after I was done with the summary, I worked on writing out the sprint for the script, and I got up to the point in which Pasha has already revealed to Philippe that it's the Hurricane Brigade who has Dominic, and Philippe is like just like processing the information, because like Philippe remembers the Hurricane Brigade, but he's just gonna say no, they're not that bad. So that's where I left off, and we stopped to go take a shower. So we're trying to figure out if we want to go do anything else of different things today. We talked about possibly going to the Anaheim Plaza, but I sort of kind of want to go to Fullerton, even though that we've been to Fullerton so many times. There's nothing to see there, honestly. I don't know where else there is to go. I mean, there's the village, but like the village is very far away, and so is Main Place. And I don't know if I want to like make all that journey. It's actually quite sunny right now. It's probably very hot too. I think this is the hottest it's going to be this week, and then it's going to go back to being cold again. So it's either we go now, we go at the end of the month, which I feel like is a little bit more plausible, but like I'm not really sure. Other than that, what else is there I need to do? Just work on the script. That's really just it. I guess we might end up going to Anaheim Plaza. I sort of want to see Daiso again. It honestly doesn't matter whichever place we want to go, because Monica wants to go and get Grandma's chicken, and both places have a Walmart, and that's the only place that sells it. So I feel like either way is good. I really don't care. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I think that's virtually it. This is the 4th recording, I believe. So I believe on Monday, I'm expected Monday and Tuesday, I'll be working on the audio. So I need to finish filling out these to-do lists. I'm behind again. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Sunday, but I have to go back to Saturday really quick. So after we showered and I recorded audio, we left for the Target on Euclid. We looked around, and there really wasn't much that we wanted. They do have a lot of nice pastel books that are very similar to the paper chase style that I like to collect. But at the moment, I don't really know if I want to get any more of those. So we ended up buying sausage again, and we got the Godiva mints again, and then afterward we left for Daiso. Didn't really buy anything at Daiso, we just wandered around. There wasn't anything I feel like I wanted. A lot of the stuff that I had gotten last time I was there were gone. I almost got the desk tray that I wanted, but I felt like I should just let it wait on it for a little bit longer. At the same time, they did have a pen caddy, and I was very tempted to get that, but I ended up passing on it. It was one of those like slightly slanted pen caddies, you know what I mean? It was very small, it didn't hold very much though. So yeah, after that we went straight to Walmart. In the process of looking around, we ended up finding that they had the brown buttons that we realized that we didn't have, because like, we had bought all these buttons, and when we were trying to sew them onto Rio's outfit, we realized that we didn't have a dark brown. So we got all the brown buttons. They were only like 50 cents. And then we just wandered around all the different areas. I was surprised that the Hasbro Disney Princess dolls are having like sculpted clothing now. That's so annoying. And then we headed to the food. I wanted mango cider for my birthday, but I had to settle for grape because Vaughn's doesn't sell it. So we ended up getting mango and peach cider. Still have it, didn't finish it yet. Probably gonna finish it for lunch though. And then we got Grandma's. We got the goat cheese mac and cheese again. We tried to get Pringles, but they didn't have any. We tried to get the key lime ice cream, but they didn't have any because they have all the seasonal Talenti right now, which is, pumpkin pie, eggnog, and I think peppermint. Oh, what else was that? I think that really was it. And then, yeah, we just wandered around and came back, and that was it. So we left. What time was it when we left? I don't know when we left. All I know is that we got home at about like 1:30. On the way there, I ended up finding a couple of pieces of change. Kept finding bottles and cans, but I couldn't pick any of them up because I forgot to bring my recycling bag with me. Almost wish I could go back and get it. What else was there? So we made Grandma's chicken. We watched YouTube, and I squeezed in a little bit of coloring of the chapter, oh, was it 29 second extra? I did that. So the characters are done. All I need to do is the background and the effects, and I'm done with that. But I didn't work on it. We split up at 2:30. She wanted to go write on something, so I went to work on the script for chapter 46. I stopped at like 3:50, right at the exact spot that I ran out of sprint. That's as much as I wrote. I didn't have anything else after that point. So I got off and I went straight to sleep. We went to bed about like 4:30. I woke up at 7:30 and I went straight to work on pages 1 and 2. Thankfully, I didn't have to do much because half of page 1 was already ready. It requires like the last, like, I'm gonna say last 4 panels from page 12 of the last chapter. So all I did earlier was I printed out the large panel, the very last large panel from page 12, and I blew it up and I detailed it a little bit better. And then I made that the focal point at the picture of page 1. And then I just drew 2 new panels for the bottom half of it, and I assembled them, and I line art. It didn't take me that long. I thought it would take me a really long time, but it didn't. So yeah, and then I worked on page 2, and I only made it as far as like halfway. So Monica got up sometime around 8. We talked for a little bit, and then she went to the bedroom to go write the story that she's interested in writing. And I, on the other hand, I worked until I stopped at those 2 panels, and I got tired and I got off at like 9:30. So we went to sleep around the same exact time. We did stop and watch a little bit of YouTube together because there was a video I wanted her to see, but that was virtually it. Other than that, I slept until midnight. I got out of bed and it barely just turned 1 when I got on. So I finished page 2 at about like 11:16. And then I assembled and passed page 1 off to Monica, and then I colored in the assembled version of page 2 up until like 1:50. I was trying so hard to get it done before 2, and I did. I got it done with barely I think it was like 3 minutes before 2. So I went and I put the file from the draft folder to the original projects folder, which is where I keep that's like the main hub of where I keep all my stuff that I'm working on. And then I went straight to bed. So I had a really hard time going to sleep. I knew I was still awake, like as well as past like 4:30. All I know is that by the time that I woke up, it was 7. It was 7 o'clock. We missed breakfast, basically. So I had to tell her, and then like she jumped out of bed, she made breakfast. I went straight back on, and I started to color in page 2 because I want to get it out of the way so I can work on the script for chapter 46. I'm so close to finishing it. I am literally almost done. I'm picking up from the point in which Pasha tells Philippe who has Dominique, and he's gonna judge Fouillard for the fact that Fouillard couldn't outsmart Warren or whatever. So yeah, that's where I am. I finished the artwork for page 2 at about like 9. Of course, I don't mean to skip ahead because we ate breakfast together, and then she split up with me at 8ish to start coloring. So she's still balls deep in color. She has a lot to color. So I'm a little worried that I'm not going to get done on time because she has too much to color, and I'm going to have way too much detail. That's my basic concern. But I'm hoping that if I can finish the script, the sprint for chapter 46, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish typing it out. All I know is that if I can get ahead with that, I kind of want to start getting ahead on pages 3 and 4 because I don't want to fall behind too much. It takes a long time to do the drafts when I'm still completing pages from the day before, and that sucks. And we haven't been at that position in a really long time, not since we were doing 3 pages at a time. But there's so much to do now because all the characters are here, all of them. In the next chapter, the main focus should be just Byron, Clotilda, and Fauna. And I don't see needing to switch back to the other characters, but it's mostly going to be the 3 of them because they're going to be talking about the failures of their relationship together, the 3 of them, because they used to be really close back in the beginning before he found out she was a prototype. Other than that, I don't know. I'm just I'm hoping that if I'm lucky, I'll be able to do a recording of myself coloring that, because I suspect that by the time that it's just narrowed down to the main discussion between Byron and Fauna, I will have more leeway to just do them. Also, I am coming to the end of my ink cartridge, and I know that the red is going to look extra dark, and I need extra dark red in order to record because light red doesn't pick up very well. Is there anything else? No, I think that's virtually it. All right, wish me luck. I am definitely finishing that chapter right now. It's almost lunch though. I think lunch is gonna be in a half an hour, so she's probably gonna stop. Oh man, I really hope I can get done before 1. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Monday, but I have to go back to Sunday really quick. So, first things first. After I recorded, I ended up finishing the script sprint for chapter 46. I finished at exactly 10, so we ate lunch the moment I finished it. And then Monica went to go throw out the trash, but then I asked her to give me the head of the original green refill that I just finished because I felt like the one that I was replacing it with didn't feel like it was working right. I kind of felt like it was like scratchy, like it was already broken. So we tried swapping the two heads, and we ended up breaking the overall barrel. So the heads are fine. The barrel itself is ruined. It seems like that dead stuff in the inside is actually like not wax or anything. It's actually petroleum jelly or something. That the weird clear stuff in the inside, and I guess that's why it changes colors over a period of time though. But yeah. It didn't work initially. After I swapped it, it was like hemorrhaging green ink, and then it stopped after it hit the gap in between, and I didn't know what to do with it, so I gave it to her. She's planning on using it to do colored pictures with, but that means I can't use green until I get a refill for the green, which makes me really angry. So yeah, I feel like I should just left it alone, just dealt with it. But it didn't feel right when I was using it. Unlike all my other ones that were very they worked very well. That one didn't work at all very well. So yeah. Okay, so after that, I sharpened all the pencils that I had in the front desk. Monica refilled the Q-tips, and then we left for Vaughn's to get spinach and lettuce and etc. The trouble is that she didn't have enough money to buy everything that we wanted to get there, and on top of that, she didn't know how much money she had on her card. Even though I told her the exact amount of money she had on her card, she didn't trust me, and she left all the other stuff that she couldn't put on the cash. So that really annoyed me. I feel like we didn't really quite get everything we wanted from there. We just got most of the main stuff that we needed, and most of the stuff we can get today because more money just came in today. So that's annoying. So, I found a dime on the way there. We got back at like 120, I think, 121. I'm just guessing. I don't really remember. I ended up typing out the script until Monica was on page 1. I worked on page 1 until 2 p.m. I got off to take a break. I rested until like 1:50. I was hoping to get back on 2, but I ended up going on like 10 minutes to 2. Monica made olive omelets, and then we watched Suriname while I was completing the artwork for page 1. In Suriname, basically they're catching up. They qualify for the next round. It just kind of felt like the main character getting over his target panic. It just was so in his own head that we were supposed to be like, okay, he got it. That was it. I don't know. I hope they better explain it. This is only episode 8. We only have like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like about 4 episodes left. So they better figure something out to explain that. And like, I don't like Shu. I feel like he went after Seiya, and I was like, no, don't. Seiya is like my favorite character in the story. It would have been the teacher if only he hadn't cut his stupid hair. Okay, so I completed the artwork for page 1 at about like 3:30, but I didn't put much text on it. I only put like the major text that I used for the last page, so that was it. And I decided I would get off at 4 and just go and work on it later. So I went straight to bed. I woke up at like 6:50 something, so it was almost 7 by the time I went back on. I had the texted pages 1 and 2, and I loaded them at about like 7:50. It was almost 8. So I finished and scanned the drafts for page 4 at about like 8:30, I think it was. And I was trying to get through the one for page 3, but like I only got like a couple of panels into it, so I got off at exactly like 9, and I went to sleep. I was trying to get up at 12, but it didn't work out. I ended up waking up at like, oh shit, what time did I wake up? I woke up at like 2 a.m. I think it was. It was like, it just literally barely like been 2 a.m. So I only had like 4 hours to get everything done. I knew it wasn't going to work, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to try to at least line up the 2 pages and then scan them and then just get off, and that's it. So I ended up printing out the page 3 pink draft at like, I think it was like 250, because I know for the one for page 4 was already done. I did that immediately. But I finished the page 4 line art about like 344, and then I finished and scanned page 3 at like 433. I didn't even think about that. It's practically the same numbers. But yeah. I ended up going straight back to bed, and I woke up a little bit after 6, so it's like 6:07, I think it was, when I woke up. I went straight back on, and I started assembling pages 3 and 4. I was assembling them straight into breakfast. And then after we were done with breakfast, I ended up completing the script for chapter 46. I ended up typing out the last of how far I needed to get through it. I didn't have that much left over of it, so I just typed it all out, and I proofread through it a little bit. I'm like, not sure if I'm really gonna keep all the dialogue exactly. I was able to print the whole thing on 7.2 font, and some of the dialogue is a bit sparse because characters are barely reacting to things. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get it all to fit, but I'm a little worried I might not be able to. However, I was able to get the last one to fit. Even then, I still feel a little iffy about the how it ends. I don't know if I like what I wrote, if I can like revise it to something a little bit more like fluid. Other than that, I'm just like, now that I'm done with the script, I have until like today and tomorrow, I think, to finish it, to fix those parts, because like it's page 10, 11 that I have a problem with. And I don't work on page 10 until like Thursday. So I have until like mostly Thursday to fix the panels that I don't like. So yeah. Is there anything else? Okay, so I'm recording now. I need to cross off chapter 46 script off of all the to-do lists going forward, because I just knocked that out. I even removed the note that I had, that little sticky note I had on the board on my behind my computer, telling me to work on it. And so all of the December chapters are virtually done, and so now from this point forward I'll be in January, which I would like to be. I want to not worry about the scripts for a while and just focus on the extras and whatnot. I'm not sure if I want to storyboard chapter 46 right now, immediately, and get it out of the way. It would be nice because I want to focus on 47. I don't want to think about 46 while I'm working on 47. But also Monica's appointment's on Thursday. So I was thinking about holding the 46 script until then and then do it then. But then I also feel like, I don't think so. I feel like it's not worth waiting on. Later today we're gonna go to the store. I should double check to make sure for certain that the money went through. So that we can actually buy stuff. Mostly we need what did she forget to get the last time we were there? I think she needed to get more vegetable bags. I think that's virtually it. She wants to stop getting the burger, so I'm like, I don't know if she's gonna replace it with. She has to find something else to replace it with if she wants something meat. Because we didn't buy any nuts this month because we're both sick of the nuts. And she's tired of the almonds. Basically, she's been eating more walnuts than almonds, and I'm just extremely surprised because I'm the other way around. I think the walnuts are way harder to deal with than the almonds are. So I've been finishing off the last of the almonds. Every time I feel like I want to snack on something, I just snack on almonds. If I get the script for chapter 46 storyboarded now, then on the day that Monica has to go to her appointment, granted that I don't have chapter 47 finished by then, the script for it, I know exactly what's going to happen in that chapter. I most likely will get to catch up with all the extras I haven't done anything with, because like I stopped in the middle of I think it's the last two extras I have to draw out are the Happy 30 chapters. I haven't scanned that or V-line arted at all. I'm still in the drafting process where I'm trying to make all the characters look like characters, but right now they're just still little squiggles. And then I have to do the chapter 29 one, which I was also refining. I didn't get very far in that also. So I feel like those are the two I'm mostly going to be working on when I'm there, if I actually do get 46 done. And other than that, I'm not really sure if there's anything else. I'm still trying to finish these two pens right here. I have an orange and a pink pen. As soon as I get them worn out, I'm mostly gonna switch over to my my refills. Still mad about that green one though. I almost want to go back over to her side of the room and try to like figure out how to fix it. Cause like I think the major issue with it is that the ink was too concentrated at the top of the barrel and instead of the bottom where the head of the cap is, and it had to like I don't know how to explain it. It makes me frustrated how I actually had a problem for the very first time I had a problem with a G2 refill. I mean, yeah, I had a few of them where the faces broke. Now it makes me wonder if I could not have fixed them if I had that issue with the grain. So I'm like, I rarely have any problems with my G2, so which is why when I get a problem, it's like tragic for me. I'm like, I can't believe I'm having an issue with this. I've never had an issue with this. Is there anything else I need to say? No, I think that's virtually it. Alright, then that's all for today. I will see you in the next one.